The UK got a big victory over the last week over the woke, and J.K. Rowling is being hilarious about it, as people have tried to cancel her so hard over the last several years, mainly because she just says a man is a man and a woman is a woman, and a man putting on a dress does not suddenly become a woman. It should be pretty simple that that's the case, but we live in a society, my friends, and it's been quite a wild couple of years, and it seems like the governments are kind of going, okay, I guess we've pushed too far. This seems to be going on across the world. And so they got a big victory over in the UK this last week, just affirming reality finally. And J.K. Rowling's, of course, making a big stink about it. Very fun stuff. So let's hit the like and subscribe button. Talk about all things in the culture here, especially when it comes to fantasy. This is the real fantasy news, as I like to say. J.K. Rowling, of course, is the queen of fantasy, having one of the best sellers ever, if not ever, in the genre. And I am also a fantasy writer myself. Would love for you to check out my series. If you're a Harry Potter fan, enjoy that sort of thing. Check out For Steam and Country. This is good heroism, swashbuckling entertainment, good stuff. It's a 6-book series, and it builds up really, really nicely. It's in the description below, my friends. It's about an airship crew going out, questing, fighting monsters, saving the world. Good stuff right there. And I'm going to grab that for you. It's available in ebook, print, and audio for all the books. Make it easy for you. And grab the whole series. Support our channel. Support what we do here as we talk about the truth out there in the culture and make our own as well. Thank you so much, guys. This is in the description below. All right, so Harry Potter novelist J.K. Rowling is celebrating the United Kingdom Supreme Court ruling that sex is binary. They ruled in favor of women in Scotland. The definition of sex in the EA 2010 makes it clear that the concept of sex is binary. A person is either a man or a woman. Persons who share that protected characteristic for the purposes of the group-based rights and protections are persons of the same sex, and provisions that refer to protections for women necessarily exclude men. Although the word biological does not appear in this definition, the ordinary meaning of those plain and unambiguous words corresponds with the biological characteristics that make an individual a man or a woman. These are assumed to be self-explanatory. I know, right? This is so ridiculous that they have to actually parse this out these days. This is how stupid our society's gotten over the last few years. Giving these people who are mentally ill, who are dudes who put on dresses, and any sort of credence in saying you're actually a real woman and we're going to treat you like such or you're going to get fired. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, how did we get to this point? It's really crazy. And it is. It is just an attempt to turn civilization on its head, turn us all crazy. And it's an attempt at control, of course. And it requires no further explanation. Men and women are, on the face of the definition, only differentiated as grouping by biology they share with their group. Following the ruling, Rowling posted this: "We toasted you for Women Scotland. Neil says it's Turf VE Day." And then she shared a photo of 2 champagne glasses right there, Supreme Court, women's rights, with a little laughing emoji. It goes to show that she's got some humor about things and she enjoys herself, despite everybody being terminally angry online all the time. She enjoys all this right there. And then she says, "I love it when a plan comes together." You see her smoking a little cigarette with her wine on a yacht there. Oh my gosh. I'm sure people are going to take this and show her to be some sort of evil villain because of this. But she's just enjoying her life and having fun with this. Good stuff. She responded to a bunch of transgender activists who then replied. Here's one: a man who pretends to be a woman using the name India.
India said this. Okay. My comment piece on today's evil UK Supreme Court verdict coming in Metro UK in about an hour's time. Grim day for Britain, whether you realize it or not,
he said. And she says, breaking: man thinks it's evil for women to have rights. We'll then be checking the front seat of India's Fiat 500 for further updates as we get them. She then did more. The guy says,
I'm literally numb and in shock that this has happened in 2025. Had to pull over in shock. Shaking.
These type of tweets are the ones that you make fun of as jokes, and I guess these people actually do this stuff, and that's what's going on Blue Sky, right? J.K. Rowling says, news update: man literally numb with shock and shaking to discover he hasn't got women's rights. The Fiat 500 appears to be a stationary. More as we get to it. We got some more here as this India guy keeps going.
No, we don't all agree on the fact that we are not biological women.
Wait, what?
I am absolutely a biological woman.
I can't even do this.
as is Katie Montgomery and everyone else who has been medically transitioned. Hormones change your biological sex, bones, chemistry, etc.
Yeah, it changes you in just a waking nightmare that you're actually hurting yourself, and we need to probably get you some help so you stop hurting yourself.
Hormones have infinitely more influence than chromos. That's not me being stubborn or obtuse. It's true. There's no definition of biological woman because every woman, trans or not, is different.
And here, J.K. Rowling says UK authorities warn that due to unprecedented demand, national supplies of cope are running dangerously low. Wow, she's having way too much fun with this with these people who have been canceling. And here's the Katie person the dude referenced.
The level of injustice is so extreme. They had a hearing about what rights, freedoms, what future trans people have, without a single trans person being involved, yet multiple with hate groups. They had decided we don't deserve equality, then said no one won. A bunch of men who have never even met a trans person talking to people who have openly said they want to wipe us out, deciding if we are deserving as them and concluding no.
And of course, the court clarified that UK women have sex-based rights. You and your fellow activist meltdowns are laying bare what has been obvious to a lot of us for years. And when you say equality, you mean women have no right under any circumstances to draw boundaries that exclude men. Of course, and Katie is a man. And here it is. In case it wasn't clear, don't F with Scottish women. And here's the cover of the Daily Telegraph saying trans women are not women. Very funny stuff, and you can see she's got a sense of humor about it, having a lot of fun on the internet, something that they really, really bother. These people and the entire agenda of the woke and all these people, they're miserable. They are miserable people. I mean, if you think about it, it's really sad. These are a bunch of dudes who feel like they're getting nowhere in society, feel like they have nothing. So they pretend to be women so they can think that they're special. They think that they're, somehow better. They're making themselves better somehow when they're really just like, injecting themselves up with a chemical cocktail to try to pretend to be something they're not, often, cutting off their own, what's to cause a bunch of problems for themselves. And it causes biological problems for themselves as well, and makes the mental problems even worse. And they don't feel good when it happens because, when you see that, you don't go, oh, that's a woman, because it's not. And it's obvious it's not. And so these people have been enabled over the last several years to push this mental illness even further. It's really, really sad stuff. And J.K. Rowling's been fighting against that because these people go into those spaces and they cause problems for women. And women should be able to have their own spaces, and men should be able to have their own spaces too. I like this. A country club should be able to exclude women so that men can enjoy the golf course without having a bunch of slow people playing in front of them. I'm just saying. If you golf and you've had a foursome of women in front of you, guys, you're exactly what I'm talking about right here. But yes, let's make everything sane again. Let's make men and women again. It's a good step, but it's crazy that it got this far to begin with. And like I said, their intention is to make everybody miserable with them. That's all they want, because in their minds, like, that's what equality is. It's just kneecapping everybody so that like everybody's on this equal misery plane, hoping that somehow makes things better, but it never does. I mean, honestly, just better yourself, people, and then that's exactly when you start to feel better. You need a real purpose, and that purpose is never going to be able to be found if you just chop off your member. That doesn't add a purpose right there. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this funny stuff. Hit the like and subscribe button. My friends, make sure to check out my great fantasy novels. You're going to love this. It's in the description below. Lots of fun, action, and adventure. And thank you for supporting our channel. We'll be back soon.